Good morning everyone, I hope you're all doing well today. Today I'm going to check out some more Linkin Park. I love that last track I did, which was the first on my channel. It was called In the End, and lots of you requested that I check out the track Numb. So here we go. That let's just go back there. Just want to see that. Okay, so she's got numb cut into her arm. I've got to be careful about the language I use here because YouTube likes to restrict videos about this kind of thing. But she's got numb into her arm as a form of harming herself. And obviously numb is the name of the track. Numb can also relate to a feeling, as in feeling numb. And I just want to touch on this quickly, seeing that this is Therapist Reacts. And let me just quickly use my iPad for this, which I've got next to me. So we have this. I'm sure we all know what that means. I can't keep saying the words on here because it will restrict the video, which is ridiculous, I know, because we need to be having more conversations about this. But alas, these are the rules that we have to follow. It sucks, I get it. So we have this. Now, some people do this to up-regulate. Let's just call it up-regulate. Okay, and what this does is it helps to feel something when you are feeling nothing. And sometimes people do it the other way around. They use it to down regulate. And that is to, when everything is overwhelming, it can distract, it can release tension or pressure, which can feel quite soothing. And what happens with behaviors are, if it works for you, so say you do one of these two things and it works, then it gets reinforced and you're more likely to do it again in the future. So you do one of these behaviors, it feels soothing, it takes away emotional pain in the short term. In the short term, it brings a bit of relief to from the emotional pain. So when that emotional pain, when those situations arise again, then your brain goes, oh, how did we deal with this last time? Oh yeah, we did this. And now you do it again. Because you do this, it leads to soothing behaviors. Not soothing behaviors, it leads to feeling soothed. And then that reinforces this. And you can see how you get trapped in this cycle here. And that cycle is very, very hard to break, okay? I know everyone's different. I'm not suggesting at all that this is what this person is doing or what you are doing. I'm just trying to give a brief overview of what reinforces this cycle. Right. That's enough of that, I think. This isn't a therapy channel. I've got another channel for that, which you can check out. But yeah, there we go. A little bit of psychoeducation maybe. Okay, let's get back into this.
Feeling so faithless, lost under the surface. Don't know what you're expecting of me. Put under the pressure of walking in your shoes. Every step that I take is another
Right, okay, so I'm just going to stop it there because I let it play for a fair bit. So it looks like we have this person here who is experiencing numbness, again, name of the track, into the arm, pretty clear. We have scenes here where everything is rushing around her, kind of in the background and around her. And by rushing, I mean kind of it looks like it's in fast forward, which could show that she's not really present, and she's not really engaging with the world or that reality, or to show perhaps that time is slipping away, which kind of brings me back to In the End. And there was a scene where she gets nudged by someone, and I think she got pushed down the stairs. So again, she's not being seen by other people, you know, for who she is. So perhaps she's going through these motions of life. Have you heard that phrase? You know, we say someone's just going through the motions. You know, this reminds me very much of a video I put out on my trauma channel recently, my mental health channel, which was titled something like, what is functional freeze, or something like that. Check it out. I think it very much describes what is going on here. But essentially it's the freeze response, which most people have heard of, from fight, flight, freeze. But this is functional freeze. And it's functional to the extent you can quite often go through the motions of daily life, and you can appear calm to people. You can appear regulated. You can appear on the outside that you aren't struggling, but on the inside you absolutely are. You're in emotional distress, and that could be distress as in lots of stuff happening inside of you, lots of worry, lots of anxieties, lots of fear. Or it could be hypo arousal, so it's dipped down and you just feel flat. And it's often described as being in a state of numbness, you know, appropriate for this song. Or some people have described it as living life through a fog, and that's when they can have this element of just time just passing by and they're not really engaging with it. Excuse me. So that fits. Let's just hear that chorus again, because that was cool. That was it. Voice.
Holding too tightly, afraid to lose control, 'cause everything that you thought I would be is falling apart right in front of you. Just caught in the undertow. Every step that I take is another mistake to you. Just caught in the undertow. And every second I waste is more than
Oh, they'll leave him. So some of this sounds like the reason she is experiencing this numbness, or what I am calling functional freeze. There's something here about, can't you see that you're smothering me, holding too tightly, afraid to lose control, because everything you thought I would be has fallen apart right in front of you. And we saw in the video this... let's see if I can... Where was it? It was... The part with her mum. That was before that. There, this bit. Yeah, she's having a kind of a bit of a hard time with the mum there. Mum's like, you know, are you even listening to me? Why are you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you doing what you're told? Why aren't you doing what I kind of expect you to do? You know, and you can tell that the main character, is just zoned out in this conversation. She's not there, is she? She's not listening. So it seems like mum here is trying to control her. She wants her daughter to probably be a younger version of her. Or perhaps, I guess some parents, it's the other way around, isn't it? They want them to be different, because sometimes parents feel like they missed opportunities when they were younger, and they want their, because they messed about, and they want their child to have those opportunities. But whatever, this isn't getting across. This mum is just telling Okay, it's unlikely there's any kind of curiosity and compassion in that there. Okay, so the mum's telling her daughter how to behave, and then is really disappointed when her daughter doesn't do that. And actually her daughter is her own unique person with her own unique wants and needs and how she wants to live her life. Okay, but that own unique person just isn't allowed out. She can't be herself. And it's hard to tell what happens when she does try to be herself, and somehow that gets kind of punished, kind of punished in the psychological sense, as in why doesn't that behavior continue of her trying to be herself? Why isn't it allowed to happen? What happens that stops that? But this idea of functional freeze and numbness is a defense mechanism, to try and not to feel hurt. But not only does it take away the hurt and the pain, it takes away all emotion. It numbs everything. And then, we saw scenes of she sat down, which looked like at college, and she was having lunch and everyone on the table left. And we're not sure if they left purposely because she sat down, or whether they were ready to leave and they just didn't think, oh, maybe it'd be nice to stay, or maybe just say something like, oh, sorry, we're just off, we need to go somewhere, whatever. She's not seen, she wasn't accepted into that social group. So again, those external social factors kind of reinforce this sense of not being seen, of not being, of feeling hopeless, I guess. And that it keeps the brain going. Things aren't safe. You're not accepted into this social group. We need to stay in this functional freeze response to protect ourselves.
Holding too tightly, afraid to lose control, 'cause everything that you thought I would be is falling apart right in front of you.
Oh, face.
Every step that I take is another mistake to you. And every second I waste is more than I can take. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming this. All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you. And I know I may end up failing too, but I know you were just like me, with someone disappointed in you. I've become so numb, I can't feel you.
What a bridge. We'll have to play that again in a second, but there was that line in there which really stood out, which was, you were just like me with someone disappointed in you. You were just like me with someone disappointed in you. So this sounds like there's some kind of cycle going on, like some kind of transgenerational message, or I guess transgenerational trauma being passed down going on, where parent treats child, and then child becomes parent treats child how they were parented, and it goes down. Someone needs to break that loop, otherwise it's just going to continue. If you don't make changes, then nothing really changes. Where are we? That bridge was amazing.
All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you. And I know
Yeah.
I may end up failing too, but I know you were just like me, with someone disappointed in you. I've become so numb, I can't feel you
But-
there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming.
She's processing, she's using her art as her thing, as her way, as her mechanism of coping. You can see that, can I go back frame by frame. Someone taught me how to do this in the comments the other day. Look, you can see in her face, look, she's feeling it. She's looking at whatever she's created there. She's processing, she's feeling something that's far better than harm, isn't it? Yeah. They weren't there. Were they ever there? Were they inside her head and manifested by her this whole time? You know, are they a part of her? Are they all the things that she wants to say about her experience? Or was she just late and they've packed up and gone? Thought-provoking. And I'm somewhat frustrated that we don't get to see the art that she created. It looked like, I think, she wasn't painting, was she? She was kind of, I don't know what it's called, splattering onto the canvas, just whatever's coming up and just creating whatever that is, I guess. I'm not an artist. And that's cool, isn't it? Because people can process that way, and that's her way of processing. And it's not only that creativity that comes out, but it's also the actual physical movement. You know, when we think of functional freeze, the act of moving starts indicating to your nervous system that actually I can move, it's safe. This right now, this part is safe. And she probably feels quite safe in that context of her with her art canvases, which is something. I'm not sure if I have much more to say about that, but that's a cracking tune, isn't it? I still like I've heard that before. I've never really paid attention to the words. I think I've probably heard it on the radio in like the 2000s or something. But man, the nostalgia of like bleach blonde hair, bleach blonde tips, kind of combat trousers. Everyone wore combat trousers back then. It's really nice to see. I'm surprised I wasn't more into Linkin Park when I was younger, you know, because these songs, I can see how these resonate with people. I mean, I had my difficulties when I was younger. I can see how this would have resonated with me. Gosh, Linkin Park were with Chester as a lead singer just so damn good, weren't they? I've not checked out any of their new stuff with the new singer that I've heard. Some controversy surrounding her from whispers I've heard, but maybe I'll delve into that at some point. I'm just rambling now. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. Goodbye.